Hi, today I'm going to talk about the different topic which is going to be mm, speech habits, how the people are communicating with others. Everyone can be able to distinguish that some people can talk more or some people cannot communicate with other, and some of the people may be talking too much, but when you look into the meaning which has completely nil. So we may be able to differentiate that how many type of people can be identified in our regular life. Let us see one by one. This kind of terms which can be used in your regular conversation, and we can describe about the different type of people based on their speech habits, which is quite essential for everyone. First, I can give a title that taciturn people. Taciturn in the sense the people they are talking very little. They are talking very little. We can say that some people are considered as non-committal because they don't like to communicate with others. Either they can be inarticulate, or even we can say they can be introvert. This kind of people naturally they can be introvert because they don't want to indulge in communicating and they don't talk to others. They may talk very little in a single word, like affirmative sense, yes or no, you can do like that. Talking wise, people are talking very less. And next one we can say laconic. Laconic, uh, it's completely opposite to the previous one, laconic. Practically, they are talking very low, but the meaning wise, it may have essential meaning. So we can think like that. The people can talk very little, which has more meaning. So the laconic people are always appreciated when you are comparing with taciturn people. So the third one we can say that inarticulate. Inarticulate, as I said earlier, the people are not able to communicate with others. They have very limited vocabulary, or even they don't have a right ability to communicate with others. So we can call them as inarticulate. These people cannot communicate fluently, or even they may keep on searching the words to interact with others. So this kind of people can be called as inarticulate. Next one we can say garrulous. Garrulous type people, they keep on talking, but it may feel unnecessary communication. Even we can think it like that. The people, the communication may be meaningless, but they want to keep talking for a long time. This kind of people, socially, they may be ostracized, or socially, these people can be ignored since they keep talking for a long time, and the information may not be interested to all. So this kind of people can be called as garrulous speakers. And we can say that next category, which is called as banal speakers, or the speech, banal speech. The people may be humorless, or the people they don't know how to talk according to the situation. If there is any kind of social gathering, he may be talking something which may not be preferred by all. This kind of people can be called as banal speech. That means there won't be any kind of humor or any kind of interesting contents in his communication. Next one we can call it as verbose speech habit. Words. We can call it like that, because verbose speech habit, in the sense the people keep talking for a long time. It may be quite interesting also, but certain times they can use a different kind of information or different kind of examples. But the main objective is to have a long communication. They may be using plenty of words continuously, long talking. They never expect others to listen properly or not. These people, they may keep talking. So these people are called as verbose speech habits. Next one we can call it as voluble speech habit. Voluble in the sense VOLUBLE, voluble. People, their communication is very brief, but it has a very good meaning. But sometimes, based on situation, the people can expand their communication, but they may be very, the words are very limited, but it can be effective also. So this kind of people can be preferred in a social situation. So again, we may be asking some kind of questions. So what kind of people can be preferred? Normally, I would strongly prefer the speech habit, which is called cogent. Cogent people, they are talking in a very limited way, but it has lots of meaning. They might make others to think of what we have discussed, or what kind of the information was identified, and how they can attract the people. Is cogent talker can attract lots of people because of their communication, because this kind of people can easily look into the level of intellectuality, what kind of the group they can be, and what kind of information can be expected. So this kind of people can be easily preferred. So I would strongly prefer cogent speaker. Next one, you may be identifying in a social situation like during strike or any kind of protest. Some kind of people, they may be talking in a different voice, like a rough voice. We can call it as vociferously demanding, especially when the trade union people are talking to the entrepreneur or the managing director. The way they are conveying the demands, which may be vociferously identified. So this kind of speech habits are called as vociferous. Vociferous in the sense there will be lots of noise, and louder. The voices are quite louder, something which cannot be preferred, and there will be some kind of dominative situation may be identified. These people are called as vociferous people. So there can be two kind of people which may be completely rejected in your social situation. First one, we can identify inarticulate, because these people are not able to communicate with others, as they are searching the words to explain something. They may feel unjumbled or untangled, since they are not able to communicate with others. But at the same time, garrulous people also may not be preferred, because the way they are talking may not be preferred, because they may keep talking and they never think of being heard by others or not. And the last one is indefatigable people. Normally, they are tireless people. They, based on the time limit, based on the stipulated period, the people can give more information. They may be tireless. They can keep talking for a long time. They never feel enervated, or they never feel tired of what kind of topic has been given to him. So today we have learned more than 10 words which are helpful for you to describe about speech habit. So once again, I can recall the 10 types of word. First one is tersiton, laconic, inarticulate, garrulous, banal, verbose, voluble, cogent, vociferous, indefatigable. I would always advise my students to use this kind of vocabulary when you're in a social situation, especially when you're explaining about the particular person's speech habit. You can use this kind of terminology, but you need to be careful, because anytime the candidate cannot be verbally wounded, or if there is any kind of acrimonious situation, or if there would be any kind of acrimonious discussion, you should not use any kind of terminology which may hurt others. So be sure whether your terminology may be appreciated by all. As you know that some people, even they can be called as loquacious. Loquacious people, they may be talking for a long time. In case if you are intellectually loquacious, it can be accepted. Verbose as well as voluble, loquacious, this category people can be in the same level, because they love talking for a long time. But especially when you're talking about taciturn or banal, the taciturn people and taciturn people especially, and they are using very limited words. The laconic and tersitan people, this kind, the both category people may be using very limited words. So you can use this kind of vocabulary in a very clear way. This because, as you know, as I told you earlier, laconic reply, the person has replied laconically. So laconic speech habit, in the sense, to the point, the bottom line. They are focusing on the bottom line whenever they are involved in any kind of conversation. They may be focusing on the major concept of the contents. The bottom line of the particular area needs to be focused. The laconic reply, the persons are called as laconic in the sense, they may be talking very limited, and their information will be highly meaningful. So you need to differentiate the different kind of words. When you are in social situation, you will have to use different kind of words which I taught you in the classes. Thank you.